And what we are discussing today is so very powerful. I'm sure the practicality of it will actually has the power to change your life. That is prioritizing tasks for productivity. Let's imagine you are at a Mumbai local train station during rush hour. The three trains on three different platforms. One goes to your destination in 20 minutes, another take 45 minutes with two changes, and the third, it's going in the completely wrong direction but looks fancy and comfortable. Now, which train do you choose? Obviously, the first one, right? Yet, every single day, we stand at the platform of our to do lists and consistently choose the wrong train. We spend our precious time rearranging pebbles instead of moving the big rocks first. So, today, I want to share a truth that will change how you approach your daily tasks forever. So, let me paint you a picture. It's Sunday evening. Rasha, the 17-year-old from Delhi, sits down to plan his week. He writes complete math assignment, reply to college applications, organize study notes, clean room, update Instagram, watch that new web series, call Nana and Nani, prepare for physics test, buy new pen, research internships, blah, blah, blah. His list has 15 items. Of course, he feels productive just writing it down. But by Wednesday, he's completed only 6 tasks. And guess which ones? He's organized his study notes, cleaned his room, bought a new pen, updated Instagram, called his grandparents, and started that web series. Meanwhile, his physics test is tomorrow, his maths assignment is still incomplete, and those college applications still staring in his drafts. Sounds familiar? Now, here's the uncomfortable truth. Not everything on your list matters equally. We treat all tasks like they're equally important, but actually they are not. Some tasks are like amla, incredibly nutritious and beneficial. Others are like pani puri, tasty and tempting, but not exactly life changing. So we must, think about what we plan to do. And, the problem isn't that we are lazy or disorganized. It's not that. The problem is that we have never learned to separate the amla from the pani puri. So let me introduce you to a principle that will revolutionize your productivity, the 80-20 rule. Even there's a book on that by Richard Koch. I'm sure, please do read this. It's a life changing book, The 80-20 Rule by Richard Koch. So, this isn't some fancy management theory, it's a law of nature discovered by Italian economist Wilfredo Pareto. Now, here's how it works: 20% of your tasks lead to 80% of your results. Think about it. 20% of your study topics will cover 80% of your exam questions. 20% of your work tasks will determine 80% of your performance review, and 20% of your daily activities will create 80% of your happiness and progress. Just think about it very, very carefully. In cricket terms, because we are a cricket crazy nation, imagine Virat Kohli practicing. He could spend equal time on every shot, or he could focus intensely on the 20% of shots that win 80% of matches. And that's why he's Virat Kohli and not just any other player. For Meera, a working mother in Pune, this meant realizing that responding to every WhatsApp message immediately was taking away from preparing for a promotion interview. Now, once she identified her 20%, the tasks that truly moved her life forward, everything changed. And the tragedy is that most of us spend 80% of our time on 20% of tasks that barely matter. And we are like smartphone users who obsess over organizing apps instead of actually using them productively. And now comes the hardest part, learning to say no to low impact activities. In Indian culture, this feels almost impossible. We are raised to be helpful, to say yes, to accommodate everyone. But here's the thing, every yes to something unimportant is a no to something that could change your life. And when you say yes to checking social media for the fifth time today, you are saying no to that skill you wanted to learn. And when you say yes to that gossip session, you are saying no to your dreams. And I'm not asking you to become rude or antisocial. I'm just asking you to become strategically selective. Think of it like this: if your time and energy were fixed deposit investments, would you put them in schemes that give 2% returns or 20% returns? So, the most successful people aren't those who can do everything, they are those who can identify what not to do. So let me give you a simple system that works. The big three rule. Every morning, instead of writing a never ending to do list, write down only three high impact tasks for the day. That's it. Three. Not 30, not 13, just three. But here's the crucial part, these three tasks must pass what I call the grandmother test. Meaning, if your grandmother asked you at dinner, what did you accomplish today? Would you proudly mention these three tasks? Or would you sheepishly talk about how you organized your desk drawer? Now, these three tasks should make you feel slightly uncomfortable because they're important enough to matter and challenging enough to move you forward. So let me show you how this works. So instead of Rashid's 15 item list, he would write complete maths assignment because it's due tomorrow, submit college applications because the deadline is approaching, and study for physics tests because it determines his semester grade. Notice what didn't make the cut. The Instagram, web series, room cleaning, they're not evil, but they're not moving him towards his goals either. So the magic happens when you finish those big three first. Identify your big three on a daily basis and see the magic happening in your lives. Everything else becomes easier or unnecessary. It's like clearing the main road before decorating the sidewalk. And all of you, you know, our mentor, Mr. Imran, is giving us the skill of graphology. But to build it into a business is your task. So identify those skills on a daily basis that can make you move forward in your business. So here's the most powerful question you can ask yourself: what task will make everything else easier or unnecessary? For a student, it might be understanding the core concept that unlocks the entire chapter. For a professional, it might be having that difficult conversation with their boss. And for a parent, it might be establishing a routine that brings peace to the household. Now, this question cuts through all the noise and points you toward your true priorities. It's like having a GPS for your productivity. It shows you the fastest route to where you actually want to go. And when Arjun, a 22-year-old from Bangalore, asked himself this question, he realized that learning one coding language well was more valuable than knowing 10 languages poorly. So that single focus got him his dream job at a tech startup. So, for learning graphology or practicing, I would suggest make a rule that you must analyze one handwriting on a daily basis. Never miss it, come what may. And gradually, even in a month's time, you'll see you are far ahead than your peers. And here's the beautiful truth: you don't need more time, you need more clarity. Every successful person has the same 24 hours you do. The difference is they have learned to invest their time like a wise investor, focusing on high impact activities that compound over time. So you must figure out what are your high impact activities for the day that will take you to another next milestone. So your life isn't about doing more things. It's about doing the right things. It's about becoming the architect of your own success, not the victim of your own busyness. So we are doing business, not the act of busyness. So here's your challenge. Right now, mentally make your to-do list for tomorrow. But right now you are doing mentally, but you must pen it down because you don't have to, give unnecessary pressure to the brain. Use it more effectively. Even our brain can do wonders for us. So now circle only three items that are both urgent and important. And those are your big three. And tomorrow morning, before you check your phone, before you respond to messages, complete those big three. Nothing else matters until they are done. Ask yourself, what task will make everything else easier or unnecessary? And start there. And remember, you can't change your life by doing different things. You change your life by doing the right things differently. So don't spend your day rearranging pebbles. Move the big rocks first. So, with that thought, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.